I kind of just want to open the floor for any questions, honestly, for Greg. I mean, this, for me, real quick, the really, really important thing about this film, when it's created, that's so important in mental health and addiction and recovery, is community. And the way this film came together, addiction thrives in isolation, and as humans, we intrinsically want to connect, we have a desire to connect. And this film has made a great example of that. I didn't know Greg before this film. I now consider him an extremely good friend, family. It started out as just a little 2-minute, supposed to be a 15-minute project. Greg told his story, and my friend Steve Fernez, who's the director, came in and asked me just to have a personal story and a professional in the field to kind of tell my story. And then after that, it was kind of like, we have to do more. And it just became this thing that grew. So Steve reached out to me and said, hey, do you know anyone else in the field that kind of has their own story? Denny is one of my best friends and my former boss. Tasha was actually my grad school teacher. She's the program director for my graduate degree. Stanley I work with very closely in the community. And now they're all friends. Susan's supervisor of mine, and she's connected with all that. We're all interconnected now, and we're all kind of there for each other, and we help carry this message together, which was the purpose of the film, as far as we can. So the community component is just really, really important in what it is that we do in healing mental health and addiction challenges. So I'd like to kind of, let Greg over before and talk about his experience a little bit, and then we'll be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, when this whole thing, like Drew was saying, first started out, it was just, let's get my brother's story out. You saw how it went. I had seen it from one side, getting law enforcement, never saw it from the other. Through this whole experience, it was dark for me. I mean, you're sitting here as a cop, helpless, not sure, man, I could have done something, I've seen the signs. And with it, coming from that dark place, luckily Steve Fernez, who he's talking about, his grandfather was my chief originally. His father was who me and my brother worked for. And then Steve was my partner for several years. For me to go quiet on social media or in person is abnormal. He caught that because I went quiet during my brother's demise. Of course, me thinking, hey, maybe I could go towards taking out what was causing the issue to my brother and other people would be a good thing. Luckily, he caught me before I got to that point and turned it into a positive, which became this documentary. And like Drew says, I had not met anybody for this documentary at all. Never met Drew before. At the end of it, I've got a brother, another one. I originally was supposed to be heading somewhere for another contract, and it got pushed back. And so I asked Drew if I could come, if you didn't mind me joining in and jumping into this one. And I can't say enough thank yous for everybody that showed up tonight, everybody that came online, for putting this on, to get the message out, just to give somebody hope. Thank you.
Thank you for your story, man. Your story matched mine almost like anything. I heard it and I was like, yeah, this guy, I've been there. I appreciate you guys coming here and doing this for us. This is a big deal. I hope more people can
question, but I'm kind of curious, Greg, what, from your point of view, just for like the audience listening, what's your advice for family members recovering from this and coping with this? Like, where do you find your strength and your resiliency in this?
In the beginning, it's putting your foot down and having to draw that line, which sucks. It really sucks. But at a certain point, you draw that line and you're giving them all or nothing, going, hey, I can't. As you heard my mom talk, she was giving a lot. Getting through it, it's difficult because, like you said, I thought me being a cop, I knew how to fix it. I didn't. It's honestly living through folks that have made it through that world, made it through the addiction process, and can kind of guide you in that direction. And like I said, with Drew, knowing Drew and I pushing several folks that I don't know what to do because I've been on the law enforcement side, but not on the fixing side of it, I should say. And it's having, and you talk about it takes a team. It does take a team. I give to everybody that does mental health, addiction, wow. It takes an entire team to get everybody to heal somebody, to help somebody. Coping with it, it's huge. The ripple effect is real huge. I don't think my brother knew how many ripples it would follow. His fiance, awesome. I can't say enough. We talk regularly. We get angry. She's now close to 18 months, which is an awesome thing that he left. And I should say that he left a person that is his connection. And Andrew's done a beautiful job raising her. To cope, it's still a hard thing as you see. It's getting up here because like sometimes ripping the band-aid back off. But if it saves one, just one, it's all. It's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of jumping back to the question, like, how family, like, this is definitely like a family, it's a systemic thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like we're kind of holding our loved ones hostage, you know what I mean? Mental, emotional hostage. And I am a therapist, but I also have my own business that's like crisis intervention stuff, so I speak to families literally, I mean, I had 20 phone calls today. Moms in crisis, you know, helping them to learn how to set boundaries, appropriate boundaries, referring to Al-Anon, Nar-Anon, like, it's important for our families to take care of themselves, right? And there's other people involved, there's children, there's, you know, and finding that balance of how do I protect myself, still love my loved one, and try to get them the help they need is walking a tightrope. It's extremely difficult. But, you know, there's definitely help out there. You know. Anybody else?
I just wanted to say thank you for your vulnerability. And I think having a very personal, upfront seat to that pain is what makes a tremendous impact in helping others and knowing that no matter what you look like, if you're used to combat situations, the pain is the same. And so I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
And also thank you so much, Brian, again, for how supportive you guys have been in this project. We're so happy to be here, and hospitality has been amazing, and we just really, really appreciate how much you guys have kind of lifted this project up and supported it, so thank you.
So I'd like to invite up Carly from Vermont Foundation.